We have portion of the.
You do.
What do we do? And for the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Justice for all. The, our purpose tonight in this special meeting is solely to review the financial obligations that are proposed in the contract with the new chief. But we are happy to take public comment if there's anybody who would like to comment prior to our discussion. Commissioner?
Here, Mark Ciliano, Lord Place. I just ask you guys to really consider, voting for this because we have a wonderful candidate. I think he's gonna do a great job for the town. And we worked hard to get this election down to where it is. And so I just ask you guys to really consider it. He's a great guy and I think he'll do a lot for town of Old Saybrook. Thank you.
Good, thank you, Mark. Anybody else wish to comment? Anybody who is online wish to comment, please raise your hands. Seeing no hands raised, we will continue. All right, our business item is the review and possible action on financial obligations and the proposed contract just for the purposes of a public record and for everyone else. Within the town charter, we have the Board of Finance has an obligation for this review. And it is Board of Finance's review is limited to the monetary obligation of such contract, any contract that is longer than 1 year. And this is a plan to be a multi-year contract. And the term of monetary obligation is both benefits, contractual extras, as well as salary. So those are the things under which we have purview tonight to discuss and to approve. Chair of the Police Commission is here, and I don't know, Chuck, whether you would like to make some comments before we get started.
I'll just chair this.
Well, as my colleague, Mr. Ciliano said, we worked very hard. We started out with 34 candidates. We went through a winnowing process that involves first cut their resumes, second cut written responses to identified questions, third cut a oral interview conducted by the consultant and observed by all the commissioners. Fourth cut, the assessment, the assessment center. Fifth cut, interviews by the commissioners. So it was harder to get this job than to get into the World Series. The contract terms that we've proposed were developed in consultation with the first selectman, our consultant for the process, and outside counsel. We've reviewed templates from other towns to get to the structure of the contract. We added some things of our own, and this is the deal that we think gets us the candidate that we want, and that I think will serve the town well for many years to come.
Okay. Thank you. Carl, do you have anything you would like to add?
The base salary was advertised, that was in the job announcement. There was it a range or one? It was
It was 155 plus or minus.
Plus or minus, and
You don't want to tell the candidate that he's a minus.
yeah, and so it was kind of like the posted salary, you know, without getting into too much detail, and I'm sure some of the questions will be asked. there are certain items in here, in this contract, or not in this contract, that were in other contracts. And, you know, it's a, it's a fair contract, it's not loaded up, was my take. And I think the candidate reviewed it and saw it the same way, that it's fair, it's not, it recognizes this candidate for his years of service and for the job that he's about to undertake. But it also doesn't overly shower this candidate with salary and benefits. It's actually less money than, the incumbent was making, not Ryan Walsh, the longtime incumbent. And, it's a starting salary. That's it. That's my only comment.
Okay, questions from board members? And Scott, if you'd like, I'd be happy to include you as an honorary member of the board if there's questions as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate what I've experienced and reading.
Paul?
Yeah. The pension. I'm not quite sure I understand. Is the new chief going to just go into the regular?
I can answer that.
Okay,
So the officers, any of the 25 have an option to go into the defined benefit plan. They're the only group that can go into a defined benefit plan still, or a 401A plan, which is a defined contribution plan. Once they make that election, they can't switch the election. So if you go into the DB, you stay in the DB typically, and until the day you retire. And if you go into the defined contribution, you can't go into the DB.
so the DB in this circumstance would be determined by time and salary, your final pension,
Yeah, 10 years vesting,
10 years vested.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, and a 6% employee contribution, I believe it's 6%. And the town puts in 5%. There is an additional, if you're in the defined benefit plan, there's an additional option to elect into a 457, which is another deferred compensation plan, which you're also entitled to use if you're in the 401A plan. It's just an additional government-sponsored deferred comp plan, 1 to 3% of your salary. So when we got rid of the defined benefit plan on July 1, 2017, for all other employees, non-public safety, you could come in under the defined contribution plan. You contribute 5% of your salary, and the town matches 5% of your salary under the 401A plan, not K. K's for the private sector, A's for the government sector. In addition to that, you may elect up to 3% into a 457 deferred plan, and the town will match 1, 2, or 3% of that. So at the end of the day, it could be 8% and 8% matched. And I'd say, I think it's about 85% of our employees elect some additional match in addition to under the 457. That's probably gone into too much of that.
no, thank you.
But the basic rationale for having the chief's pension and benefits match the officers in the bargaining unit is that he is a cop. He will be acting like a cop. He's not just an administrator. So you don't want him to have lesser benefits. You don't want him to have more benefits because that gives the union another target.
He's one of 25.
So Chuck, in that same vein, there's nothing specifically laid out about sick leave in the contract. And one of the things that we have enjoyed with the previous chief is a significant payout of sick time. So do we have I see the limit that you have on the vacation time. but I don't see any limit on sick leave.
We did address it in our conversations, with sick leave and. I think we kind of agreed that we prefer it not to be in here, and if the chief of police is sick one day. He can call in sick, he can call me or the chairman,
So there's no accrual.
there's no accrual.
Okay, that's really the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, that was a conscious decision.
Okay, that's fine. As long as there's no accrual that then ultimately results in a large payout at the end, that's what my concern is. George, I interrupted you.
The only, hold on, I do want to. Now that you mentioned that, I'm just wondering, I don't believe. Unless it's specifically mentioned, like you said, all the other ones. Do specifically say the same funeral bereavement leave as provided in the police union contract. You're correct.
Yeah.
There is no specific sick leave accrual.
George? you may turn.
I just want to come back to the defined benefits. He'll essentially start at zero again, right? In terms
I'm
of-
sorry, say it again, George.
He'll start again at year zero in terms of just number of years.
You will start at year zero.
Okay.
Yes.
good.
Yep.
I have a question on section 3 on the salary.
Salary?
Salary,
Yep.
I would just like to know what you are considering. with the-
John, I'm sorry, could you speak a little louder for me?
I'm on section 3 about the salary, and I
Right.
just want to know how you're defining what you're going to do with the 8 years 2 through 4 as it, in terms of the salary increase. How are you doing that? Because it's blank.
There's an annual evaluation in the contract. It's not subject to, the chief's decision whether he participates in that or not. It's mandatory. And based on that evaluation and based on guidance from the first selectman, we would probably follow our usual practice of compensating him just the way, giving him an increase unless there's a really bad performance issue. Give him an increase just the way department heads are treated by the town.
Well, would
That
that
would be
be
my
an
expectation.
objection to putting in a range, like you'd have the range of 2 to 5%? Or if that's not doable, attach it to the union contract, get the same raise as the union contract? I mean, part of the issue is it's an open-ended 3 years. Part of the issue for me is it's open-ended 3 years.
The 3 years, or it's actually 4 years. Is so that the town is not locked in forever, the way we were with our former chief. This was on the advice of council as a way to elide that issue.
So, may I address?
No, I don't want to do it.
So, and I think you know this, John, the way this has typically gone is we will make a recommendation to the boards and commissions that control salary. And we will tell them, hey, this is what the unions are getting. This is what non-union personnel are getting for a raise. The police commission will have it within their purview to do more or less than that.
Based on.
Now, Yeah, based on the recommendation from the first selectman's office as to what we're doing. At some point, they are the elective body that controls that. And, I think. I mean, in theory, you could put a range in here, but I'd like to think that there's a trust factor amongst the police commission members that they will not embarrass themselves one way or another.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Paul?
Now, any of these changes in the contract, like. The end of the salary reassessment or anything, would that have to come to us also for review? Like it's coming to us?
Well, you mean in years 2 through 4?
Yes.
Sure. It's
So-
part of the budget.
Yeah, it'd be part of the budget, right?
So the police commission will submit the police budget and we'll see whatever the increase would be for the change.
The only problem with that is you do not have line item veto.
We should.
So if you take out $100,000, they can, you know,
That's correct.
doesn't affect the chief. Possibly.
That's correct.
No. So that's to his point.
I just thought it would be a change in the contract and would have to.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you're saying, we're going to put in sick days and amend the contract for years 2 through 4, maybe something like that would have to come before the Board of Finance, because you're amending a multi-year contract and you're obligating beyond the budget year. You're obligated
Yeah.
for years 3 and 4 also, if you did that in year 2. So I guess if there was a contract amendment, perhaps it would have to come back.
I'm just wondering if that's considered a contract amendment. It's covered in here, but it's not covered specifically.
What is covered? I'm not,
That
There could be increases.
there could be increases, but it doesn't say what they could be. So
Right.
I'm wondering if that would be an amendment or if giving an increase is already accounted for in the original contract and doesn't have to come to us.
I would
Contract doesn't have to.
Yeah, there wouldn't be considered an amendment to the contract where we would have to review it only in the budget, but without line item authority.
the contract says there's likely to be increases.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're agreeing to that now
Yeah, that's what I'm
for the
saying.
4-year term.
So it wouldn't necessarily have to.
It would not come back. That's the way I would interpret that. Just like. Well, yeah. It would not.
George?
Did the police chief position include steps?
Steps, no,
No,
Okay.
does not.
not in this contract.
I do understand, no, but I'm just,
It does not.
so then there'll be a step increase plus the.
There's not a
There
step.
was in the old chief's contract, but there is not in this chief's contract.
So when we initially put out the advertisement, where we had 155,000 plus or minus, was that number provided to us by our consultant as being a reasonable number to put out? I mean, I guess the question is, how did we get to that number?
Oh, really?
We had information
Yes,
supplied to us by the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities
yeah,
on police chiefs' salaries ranges.
yeah, we did salary ranges, and there was a lot of discussion amongst the search committee, which includes the police commission and myself. Yeah, it was basically just looking around the state and looking at police chief salaries.
Okay. So you're telling us that this is comparable then?
Yes.
This is
Oh, yeah.
competitive.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we have information that in Old East Lyme, where they just hired a new chief, his salary is 154, but he's negotiated an increased contribution for his 401 pay.
Okay, is that right? I didn't see.
So
Okay, other questions on the board? You will,
By the way, this might be a first.
that the board is
Board
reviewing
of
it,
Finance. It's,
we're happy,
I think it is the first.
we're happy to break new ground.
Alright.
So I'll make a motion, that we accept these, not only accept, but recommend the, salary and benefit obligations that are in the proposed contract for the new police chief. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes.
and comment.
Now it's time for comment.
Okay. I want to, just, compliment the police commission on the search to get us to this point. Honestly, it was a lot of work. I was there for much of it, not all of it. But it was a lot of work, and the chairman and I worked very closely together over the last 3 or 4 months. You know, on just trying to move the process forward, not in a substantive way. The search committee was always included in that, but just coordinating schedules and rooms and, you know, talking with the consultant to make sure things were hitting their markers, and it was a heck of a process. None of us have done this, right? I mean, this hasn't been done like this ever in the town, really, ever. Because you'd have to go back 50 years, and I don't know if it was done then. So I was, and I know this is really a monetary financial commitment meeting, but I was complimented multiple times by other law enforcement in the state of Connecticut on the process. The process with the consultant did a good job. The police commission did a good job. The candidates did a good job. I would never want to go through what they went through. I mean, it was amazing. So, I'm happy this board, may see fit to get us beyond this, and then Thursday night, a potential meeting with the candidate, which it will be announced,
Yes.
publicly, so.
Got it. Okay. We have a motion and a second, and we're in discussion.
I mean, I think it looks like Eric just dialed in, so I wonder
Eric?
whether he has.
Yeah, Eric
any
is on
questions?
an airplane. He said he would not be able to speak. He was just gonna listen.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's listening.
So he's,
Great.
he's there and listening, but,
Yeah.
so, but thanks for pointing that out. Anything else? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Passes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks for this special meeting.
Yes, thank you very much.
Take motion to adjourn. Is there a second? All in favor, please say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Thank you.